Okay, so is my screen visible? Are you guys able to see my screen? Yes, no?
Yes.
Nice. Thanks, Brian. Thank you. Okay, so let's start. So first, what I will do is first I will show you, since in our agenda, first we will cover cloud. Okay, and the topic of cloud is AWS. Okay, so first let me show you how to create an AWS account. Do you guys have AWS account by any chance? No. Okay, fine. Okay, then you will need an AWS account. Okay, and to give you a brief about it, so AWS provides free access for 1 year. Okay, but again, the access is free. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you can just start any services and keep it on. Okay, you have to. It's just for practice. Okay, log into your account, practice on the servers, and then terminate them. Okay, so you have one full year of access. Okay, and this is how you log into AWS. So first you go to AWS console. Okay, let's go to AWS console. Let's sign into AWS console. Okay, so see, I have my account here. Okay, but you need to create a new account. So go to create a new account. Okay, so here what you will do is you will have to enter your email address. Let's say XYZ, XYZ at gmail.com. You'll have to enter your account name. Okay, and then you'll have to verify this email address. Okay, once the email address gets verified, there will be few details like your full name. Is this account needed for your personal use or for a corporate? Okay, those details they will ask, and after that it it will take you through to a payment page. Okay, but again you will not be charged anything. This is just to verify the user. Okay, so they will ask for a credit card or debit card details. 2 rupees will be deducted, but that will also be reimbursed to your account. So you need not pay anything to AWS for 1 year. Okay, and even if I mean even let's say there's some amount which is reflecting in your billing, that also can be reimbursed in AWS by talking to the customer. You just have to write an email. That's it. It's as simple as that. Okay. So please go ahead and create your AWS account. Not now, of course. You can create after the class or whenever you are free. Okay. Now let me just log into AWS and show you the console. Have you guys seen AWS console before? Anyone? Pranay, Rajesh, Murthy, have you guys seen the AWS console? Do you have? Are you familiar with
No.
the services? No, right? Okay, fine. Okay, so I am logging in as a root user. So let me log in. Let me enter the MFA code. Okay, so this is the AWS console. Okay, and here if you uh, click here in the services, you will be able to see n number of services. So AWS provides every A to Z services in the IT service. Okay, be it database, be it storage, be it a server, be it a machine learning, be it anything. Okay, it provides everything. Okay, so these are the services here. Okay, and then here you can see your account ID, and here are the regions. Okay, so right now I'm in Mumbai region. Okay, and you have n number of regions. You have North Virginia, Ohio, California, and many others. Okay, and there are 12 other regions as well, which are not enabled for this account. It's because that they are still not live. Okay, okay, so these are the other regions, and now I am in Mumbai region. Okay, and when I log into this Mumbai region, here you can see there are three zones. So there are three availability zone in Mumbai region. Okay, uh, they might be in three different areas of Mumbai. Okay, so three availability zone in Mumbai region. Okay, so and this is the instances. So EC2 is basically your server. Okay, again we will go and deep dive into this. Okay, but for now I just wanted to show you the console. Okay, and here if you go to your billing and cost management, you will be able to see your bill as well. Okay, so my bill is 0.56 USD as of now. Okay, so from here you can see you can go to budget and planning as well, and then you can create a budget for yourself as well. I mean, generally, if you work in a cloud as a cloud engineer or as a or in a cloud ops team, you will be required to do all these things. You will have to set the budget, okay, a monthly cost or be it I mean a daily saving plan. You'll have to create the cost and all. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Just you have to set a monthly cost budget, your amount. Okay, this here you will have to provide your email. The email is required if you exceed $100 or whatever you mentioned here, thousand for it, suppose. If you exceed thousand, there will be an email which will be sent to your or as you are nearing uh, to this $1,000, there will be an email which will shoot to your email. There will be a notification which will shoot to your email says that you are about to exceed this limit so that you can plan accordingly. Okay, or your organization can plan accordingly. Okay, so this was a brief about the console. Okay, now let's go ahead and understand why cloud came into the market. Okay, so let's see. So earlier, what we were doing is that,
Shiva, one question from my end.
yeah,
In real estate project also, do we have the same AWS console or it will be
yes,
vary on?
same. No, no, same. How can it vary? Same AWS console.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, okay. So let's go a little back. Let's go to the era of 2000. Okay, 2000, 2005, or even 2010. Okay, so at that time, also there were many applications, right? There were many websites, the companies were running, right? That because internet already came. So what they used to do is they used to host their application on premises. Okay, they used to host their application on premises. On premises. So what on premises mean? So on-premises means that everything was managed by that application owner. Let's say there's a company called Flipkart. Okay, let's take an example of Flipkart. I'm sure you might be knowing about Flipkart or Amazon, anything. Okay, let's take an example of Flipkart. So so at that time, so let's assume that Flipkart came in 2000. Okay, so at that time, what they were doing is that they were managing everything on a premises. Okay, they had the servers. Okay, they had their own servers. Okay, let me just okay, just a minute. Yeah. Okay, so let's say they had their own servers, one, two, three, four. They had their own servers on which application was running. Okay, so the application is running on the server. Now, to set up any application, to run any application in on a premises, what do you need? Okay, so first thing is that you need a networking team, right? Okay, you need a networking team. So let's list down what do you need. So you need a networking team. You need firewall. Firewall is also required, right? Okay. Apart from that, what is required? Can you guys uh, tell me what all is
Database.
required? Sorry, DB. DB is required. So DB is basically hosted on any of the instance, right? DB will be hosted on any of the instance, but yeah, again, it is required. Yeah, right. More. So you all are from IT field, right? Just tell me what all will be required. We need cabling, right? Okay. We need cabling. Cabling is required, right? So to build the data centers, you need ACs. You need to invest on electricity. You need router. More. You need to maintain your database. So high maintenance because everything has to be done manually. Okay. More guesses. Storage. Am I right or wrong? These things are required, right?
Yes.
Storage cost is high. Okay. So earlier you might be seeing the job of, let's say, a Linux admin, Windows admin. So now do you see the job of only Linux admin or only Windows admin? No, right? Okay. These things, and apart from these things, many things are required. Many other things are also required. Okay. So so everything has to be managed manually. So let's say if one server goes down, okay, let's say this server goes down. Okay, this also server goes down during a midnight. Okay, when there's no one working in the night shift. Or let's say if someone is working also, they don't know how to resolve it. What will you do? The customer, let's say if a customer is shopping on Flipkart at 12 a.m. in midnight, what he will do is his experience will be bad, so he will go to Amazon or any other service like eBay. Okay, it will go to Myntra. Again, that depends what he or she wants to purchase. But again, this is for example, right? So your customer experience is very bad. So now again, you'll have to wait for let's say 4 hours, 5 hours for the right expertise uh, to solve these errors, right? Because you don't have the, I mean, since you don't have the right expertise, you'll not be able to solve it, right? That's when the concept of cloud came. Okay, and when cloud came, what it did is nothing is required. Nothing is, all these things are not required in cloud. Okay, everything will be managed by either AWS if you're using AWS cloud a provider, or if you are using Azure cloud provider, it will be managed by Azure. If you are using GCP, Google Cloud, it will be managed by Google Cloud. So everything will be managed by these three clouds. Scalability. Okay. Here in clouds, you can use the concept of auto scaling and load balancing also. Here it was not possible. So let's take a random example. Let's say, just a minute. Let's say I hand over 10 kg of weight to Pranay. Okay. Now Pranay will say, okay, I can easily handle this 10 kg of weight. Okay. Okay. What if I increase the weight? What if I give the weight of 20 kg? Then he'll tell, okay, I can manage it, but it's a little bit difficult. Then I'll increase 10 kg more. Will he be able to manage? No, right? He will need another person to help him out. Okay. So let's say Rajesh comes into picture, and Rajesh is helping a Pranay in handling that 30 kg of weight. What if now I reduce those 20 kgs of weight? Will Pranay need Rajesh now? Because now Rajesh is not required, right? Because Pranay can easily handle a 10 kg weight. So this is called scalability. Okay. It's not about only scaling the things up. It's about scaling the things down as well. Let's take one more example. Okay. So I'm sure you guys do shop a lot, right? Or let's take an example of a streaming website called Hotstar. Okay, I'll take an example of Hotstar. Let's say that there is a match, a World Cup match going on, the Cricket World Cup between India versus Pakistan. Okay, and let's say there was one more match. There's one more match going on. Let's say Australia versus South Africa. Okay, or let's say Afghanistan or any random team. Okay, so and Hotstar is and these matches are live streaming on Hotstar. Okay, so let's say this match. So what do you think about the viewership? So if India and Pakistan gets a viewership of let's say 10 crore, do you think Australia and Afghanistan needs a viewership of 10 crore? Obviously, I mean, uh, so obviously more people will be watching this match, right? More people will be watching this match. So let's say this match is streaming live for 3 hours. Okay, and this application is hosted on, I mean, the Hotstar, the live streaming is hosted on, let's say, 10,000 servers to handle these 10 crore people, 10 crore streaming people. Okay, now once the match is done, do you think after 3 hours also 10K server would be required? No, right? So no. So let's say after 3 hours, you can manage only with 1K servers. So why to pay extra cost for 9K servers? Is it required? No, right? So only for 3 hours, I need this 9K servers. Can you do this thing in on a premises? Can it be done here? Can you go and buy this 9,000 computers, and once you bought this 9,000 computers for 3 hours, and after that the next day you went to the store and tell them that that my work is done. Now I don't want this 9,000 servers, so please take it back. Will they take it back? No, right? Or even if they take it back, what will be the cost which they'll quote? So let's say if you have bought one computer for 30,000 or 40,000. Okay, if you have, I mean, bought in bulk for let's say 30,000 per system, they will take it in 15,000 or 20,000, right? But when you use cloud services for 9K service, for 9K servers, hardly you will have to pay for 3 hours, I mean, 5,000 or 10,000 or whatever be the amount for 9K servers, right? So you can see the cost, the drop in the cost because of the cloud. That is why cloud has become so popular in the market. Okay, that is why cloud has become so popular, and now there's no need of on-premises. I don't want to manage the servers. I don't want to pay extra to the security guards or to the a person who is handling my data centers. Because data, if you have not seen data centers, let me just show you the data centers as well. Physical on-premises data center and premise data centers. It looks like this. These are on-premise data centers. To manage this, I mean, there's a huge cost, huge amount of cost which is involved to manage this. If anything goes down, your application is down. But when you use cloud, what AWS is doing, that you don't worry about the data centers. That we will take care. If anything goes wrong, we will do the troubleshooting. We will sort it out. You don't need to worry on anything. That's what AWS, Azure, or GCP or any other cloud the provider will say. Okay, any doubts till now? Am I clear? Yes, no?
Yeah, Shiva, one question from my end.
Yeah, please go ahead.
We are trying to avoiding the physical storage devices, right? So instead of storage, physical data storage, so are you preferring the cloud, right? So in
Yes,
the cloud, yes, in the cloud, how we are storing the lot of data is a huge, right? So how we are storing in the cloud? How it possible?
cloud is providing a storage service as well. One of the popular storage services, I'll show you.
So
Go to
I mean,
services.
cloud is also
Yeah.
somewhere it should be present some physical form of data storage, right?
Yes, yes, right. That is handled by Amazon. That is handled by AWS. So you don't need to worry on that. Cloud service is up and running 24 by 7 into 365 days.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I was showing you the storage part. Go to services. Okay, go to storage. Here's the storage. Okay, these are the type of storage which it provides. So one of the most popular storage is S3, simple storage service. This is simple storage service which on so you know what, the content of Amazon Prime and the content of Netflix both are on this storage service S3 only. So just imagine just imagine the kind of security. See, I am taking an example of AWS only because we are going to cover AWS only in this course. Okay, so just imagine about the security. Okay, so Amazon Prime. Okay, Amazon Prime and Netflix. They both are competitor, right? But both are using same AWS. Netflix has that trust. I mean, or rather, I would say AWS has built that trust, serving n number of organizations, be it in the banking field, be it in the e-commerce field, be it in the healthcare field. It has gained so much trust that their competitors are also coming and using AWS services. Okay, am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now see, I have explained you about the benefits of cloud. Now I wanted to hear from you. Okay, now you guys tell me what are the benefits of using cloud. Tell me any two benefits of using cloud. Murthy, can you tell me two benefits of using cloud?
Yeah, of course, we can reduce the cost.
If we can reduce the cost, okay. But again, that is a very generic answer. I mean, cost in what terms? Or tell me
And
one benefit.
we
Yeah,
can avoid the application interruption.
application instruction, that is scalability.
Yes.
That is scalability. Okay, thank you. Rajesh, can you tell me one benefit of using cloud computing? Rajesh, am I audible? Okay. Pranay, can you tell me one benefit of cloud computing? My mic is not working. Rajesh, mic is. Can you type in the chat? So see, I wanted to keep this session as interactive as possible because that's the way. I mean, where we will learn a lot, right? So Rajesh, can you type what is the one benefit of cloud computing, and then I will list it down for you guys. Okay, no worries. Pranay is typing or someone is typing.
And I guess there is we can also avoid the network loss thing, right?
Network loss, yeah, that data recovery is easy in cloud computing, in cloud, right?
Yeah.
Scalability, flexibility, okay, fine. Yes, right. Data recovery is difficult in on-premises. Data difficulty recovery is easy in cloud computing. Okay, fine. Okay, so now let's list down. Okay, so what is the benefit of cloud computing? First benefit is on-demand service. Okay, what do you mean by on-demand service? On-demand service is that see the cloud computing services does not require first of all any human administrator. Okay, you can manage things on your own. So whenever you need a resource, you go and take it, use it for a couple of hours or for whatever time you want, and return it back to the cloud. That is on-demand service. Okay, now second, scalability. Scalability. So now, if at a moment You need 10 servers, you take 10 servers. Okay. Now, once the work is done, you return all, let's say, 8 servers. And now you need only 2 servers. So, in that way, you're saving your cost as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, now tell me a few more. Security. Security is more compared to on premises. It is taken care by AWS only, or it is taken care by cloud provider. You don't have to worry about the security. Then
And,
flexible pricing model. Yeah, please. Any doubts?
and good networking.
Good networking, right? So yeah, good networking is actually a point, but here in cloud also you will build your own network. I mean, you will build your own data center. That is virtual private cloud. That I will show you. I mean, once we start, I mean, go into deep dive into AWS, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, but yeah, good networking. Okay, anything? Then there's one, I mean, few more. I mean, there are many actually. One is multi-tenancy. So what is multi-tenancy? So multi-tenancy means that cloud providers can support multiple tenants, okay, be it user or be it organization on a single set of shared resources. Okay. Now monitoring, monitoring, storage cost is cheap, right? Data security. Okay, I think security we have already covered. Data recovery. Data recovery also is done by cloud providers only. They tell that you don't worry, we will recover your data. Okay, cool. So yeah, these are the few advantages of using cloud. Okay. Now there are total 3 types of deployment model in the cloud. Okay, there are total 3 types of deployment model in the cloud. The first one is private cloud. Okay. The second one is
Yeah, Shivam,
public.
sorry for the interrupt. Could you
Sorry.
please
Yeah.
also tell that what are the disadvantages of AWS?
Disadvantages. So as of now, there is no disadvantages of using AWS. I'll tell you why. Okay. When you okay, so yeah, there's one disadvantage only. You only tell me what is the disadvantage, and that is very simple.
There is thefting data is possible, right? Where because
Sorry,
there is a data thefting. I mean,
data
for
theft? No, no, not at all, not at all. I just now give you an example, right, of Amazon Prime and Netflix. So if they a data theft is possible, then why Netflix will trust its competitor service? No, right?
I mean, we're completely dependent on AWS and we're storing our entire data in AWS. Yes, we can get recovery, but if it is risky factor, right?
No, 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 not at all, not at all. That it is not at all a risky factor. That's why all the businesses, be it any business, you open your mobile. Okay, how many apps you have? You might be having Zomato, you might be having Swiggy. Everything is on cloud only. Be it AWS, be it Azure, or be it GCP. Everything is on cloud. Don't take an example of only AWS. Okay, there's no. So when you ask this a question, what is the disadvantages of AWS? Ask a question that what is the disadvantage of cloud? Not disadvantage, but only you need an internet to access the cloud. That is the prerequisite. Okay, that is the only prerequisite to access the cloud. Uh, Murthy, did I answer your question, or do you need more explanation? Murthy, you're not audible. Okay, okay. So there are three types of deployment model: private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. Okay, can you give me a difference, a difference between all the three clouds? What is public cloud? What is private cloud? What is hybrid cloud? See, Pranay, Rajesh, by their name, you don't understand. I mean, you're not trying to figure it out. Let me tell you. So the public cloud, first of all, okay, oh, the private cloud. Yeah, the private cloud, it's a deployment model. Okay, so here it's a one-to-one environment for a single a customer. Okay, there is no need to share your hardware with anyone else. Like everything will be on a premises. That is private cloud. Or 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 let's consider an example of Oracle or IBM. So they also have their own cloud, right? So that is also private cloud, which is private to them only because nobody is using that. Okay, that is considered as private cloud. Okay, best example is that you can take in best example of on-premises. On-premises setup is private cloud. Okay. Now a public cloud. Now the public cloud is a cloud in which your infrastructure service is provided over the internet. Okay, and it can be provided to any general people like me, like you, or to an enterprise. Okay, the infrastructure in this model is owned by the entity which is AWS that delivers the cloud service. In this case, it is AWS. Okay, not by the customer, not not by the customer who is taking the service. It is a type of a cloud hosting which allows the customers and the user to easily access any number of IT resources, a number of IT resources, be it storage, be it compute, or be it anything. Okay, that is a public cloud. The example is AWS, Azure, or GCP. Okay, now what is hybrid cloud?
Can you please repeat the public statement?
Public cloud is a cloud which can be used by any general people or the enterprise. And any general people like us, like we can use it for our practice. Okay, we can use it to learn and to practice, and then it can be used by an organization as well, like TCS or Accenture or Infosys or any organization, be it product company, be it a software a company.
Okay.
Okay, and what is hybrid cloud? Now you tell me what is hybrid cloud.
By chance, we can use both public and private.
Mm, okay, so nowadays, uh, so there's a, a very known thing which is work from home or hybrid model. So what do you understand by hybrid model? Hybrid model means, let's say, 3 days work from office and 2 days of work from home, or vice versa, right? So hybrid cloud, let's say, so what is in hybrid cloud, you make use of AWS or any other public cloud, okay? Plus you use your own premises as well, on premises setup as well. Okay, now why? Let's say there's a company who's very, very stringent about its data. Okay, so what it will do is the application will run on cloud. Okay, but the database will be present on a premise. Okay, now just to explain you, okay, let me just explain you few things. There's one basic concept which we need to know. Okay, so there are basically three layers of any application. Okay, there are basically three layers of any application. Okay, one is UI layer. Okay, this is the first one. The second one is application layer, and the third one is, can anyone tell me what's the third one? Okay, let me only tell you. Third one is DB layer, which is database layer. Okay, now let me open uh, facebook.com. Okay, so this is the UI layer of Facebook. Okay, this is the UI layer of Facebook where you write your email ID. Okay, xyz gmail.com, and then you give some password. Okay, this is the UI layer. What is application layer? So once you log into this Facebook, you will be able to see new feeds, you will be able to see messages, you will be able to see the notifications. That is called application layer. Okay, now where this database layer comes into the picture. Okay, so that I will tell you. So see, once you create your AWS account, okay, your email ID and password is stored in the database of AWS. Sorry, in the database of Facebook. So now once you go to the UI layer, and once you type your email ID to enter into the application layer. Okay. So what this application layer is doing here, they are connected, they're communicating through a API. Communicating through an API. These two are also communicating through an API. So what this will do is this will go to application layer and tell that I have got a user with this email ID and this password to access the application layer. So what should I do? What this will do is it will go and check the email ID and password here in the database layer. Okay, and if the email ID and password matches, then it will allow you to log into the application layer. But do you think you will be able to access this database layer of Facebook? Because there are billions of user ID, password, and the data of the users will be stored, right? So of course you will not be able to access this DB layer. So many companies, what they do is they host their DB layer in their own on premises. They don't want to use the DB of the cloud providers. Okay, so am I clear on this? Any doubt? Was this understandable?
Yes.
Okay. I hope Rajesh, you are also following. Okay, okay, good. Okay, so these were the prerequisites which you needed to know to deep dive into cloud. Okay, so now our next, so not next, basically our first topic is EC2. So when you go to services and when you go to compute, here you will be able to see EC2. What it states that virtual servers in the cloud. So you click on EC2 and here you will be taken to this dashboard. Okay, so what is EC2? So Amazon EC2. EC2 again, just a minute, let me just tell you, show you here only. EC2, okay, which comprises of ECC, okay, which means Elastic Compute Cloud, okay, which is equivalent to a computer, okay. EC2 is nothing but a computer. So it so Amazon provides EC2, okay, which has the scalable capacity in AWS cloud. So your application will be hosted on this computer or sorry on this EC2, which is a computer only, okay, which you can scale up, scale it anytime. Okay, you can use this. So here's the dashboard. So you can use AWS Amazon EC2 to launch as many virtual server as you need, and then you can configure the security as well, and then you can configure the networking as well, and then you can configure the storage as well of the EC2. Let me show you that. If you go to launch instances, okay, so here what you can do is take the you can name your server, let's say web server, okay, and then here you can select the AMIs. I mean, not the AMIs, the OS. Sorry, OS. AMI is Amazon machine image. That also I will show. I tell you what it is. Okay, but these are the OS. Amazon Linux, Mac OS. Then you have Red Hat Linux. Then you have Windows as well. So any type of OS you can select it. Okay, and then here you can select the instance type as well. T2 micro. So T2 micro is free tier eligible. Okay, so you will have to use T2 micro only, and T2 micro is enough for our practice. Okay, it has one virtual CPU, 1 GB of memory, and this is the cost of on-demand costing. Also, I will tell you how the cost differs. Okay, see, see the costing of on-demand Linux-based person is 0.0124 USD per hour. Okay, so let's convert USD to INR. Okay. So what was the cost? 0.012, right? So it means 1 Indian rupee per hour, right? Then you have on-demand cost of Windows, Linux, or SUSE-based application and all. Okay, and key pair we will discuss once we launch the server. And here's the network settings. So here you can select the your VPC or the default VPC. Okay, here you can create the firewall security group as well. Okay, then you can here you can configure the storage as well. And then here you can launch as many instances as possible. So one, uh, be it 10, beat 100. So here you can see when launching more than one EC2 instance, consider auto scaling. Auto scaling concept I told you, right? Scale up, scale down. So that is why it is suggesting that why do you need 100 instance? I mean now. So once so you consider auto scaling so that once the load increases, we will scale up the instance to 100 instances. That is what it is suggesting. Okay. Any doubts till now? Yes, no?
No.
Okay. Okay, so we will stop here then. Okay, we'll continue our lecture tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be learning how to get started with EC2, how to create a virtual servers, how to work on it. Okay, how to I mean uh, set up a web server on our virtual servers. Okay, that also I will show you tomorrow. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, then thank you so much for your time. We'll see you tomorrow then.